This is big. Warriors fans, I read all your comments on Warriors Digest. Two of the most polarizing characters you talk about, Chris Paul, Steve Kerr. Point guard and the best head coach of the past decade. Is he still the best head coach? A lot of you think not. Should Chris Paul be with the Warriors still next year? A lot of you think not. And we have updates on both their futures with the Warriors. So in this episode of Warrior Digest, we're diving into Chris Paul, Steve Kerr. Go ahead and smash that subscribe. Randy Silver here. We don't want you to miss any of our daily episodes in Warriors land. Please subscribe. Don't miss it. Chris Paul. His future is becoming clearer. He was just named to the NBA Countdown for ESPN for the 2024 Eastern Conference Finals. 12-time All-Star, guest analyst. Congrats, Chris Paul. He is a basketball savant, just like Draymond. He knows the game inside and out, especially being a point guard. You basically have to know every position to be able to run the offense. He's been around the league for 20 years. He knows how to talk the X and O's of the game, but make it in simple terms so that everyday person like you and me understand the game. Think of it as a QB. QB has to know everything happening on the offense, probably on defense as well, so you know where people are going to be. Chris Paul is like that player. That's why they call him the floor general, the point guard. I would love to listen to him on ESPN. We see other players like Draymond right now. You've probably seen him on TNT. He's been talking the past couple days on TNT for the basketball playoffs. Right now they're doing the semifinals, of course. So it's great to see Chris Paul getting in the limelight. But what does that mean for his Warriors future? Does this mean that he's done with the Warriors? He's coming off his worst season ever, 9.2 points per game, 44% shooting, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 26 minutes. 39 years old, he started just 18 games, 27 below his second lowest total. However, you have to make note, because that's kind of unfair, he did not start. The first time he didn't start in his whole career. And he took the opportunity getting traded here from Washington to not be a starter, be with the Warriors, hopefully win himself his first championship, and it did not happen. The question is, and we have this, again, we show this every episode basically, he's owed $30 million. It's up to us, the Warriors, to decide if we offer to him. Boom, he's a Warrior. If not, he's a free agent. If we give him the $30 million, does he request a trade to go somewhere else where he can be a starter and help that team? Or is he okay taking $30 million and riding the bench? I'm sure 99% of us would. But of course, when you've made over $300 million in your career, you want to play, you want championships, are you going to ride the bench? We have a full episode I'm tagging right here about Chris Paul. He loved playing for the Warriors as well. His family lives in LA, and he was allowed to literally spend the night in LA, 6 a.m. Southwest flight, fly all the way up to Golden State, San Francisco, and be with the team. Steve Kerr, give him kudos. Organization, give him kudos for letting him really be himself, be with his family. We know the grind it takes on families, players not to be around there. Where could he go? One team named, San Antonio Spurs. Go play with Wemby. He can be a point guard there. Teach Wemby how to be a pro. Help that team out. Go be under Coach Pop, which who wouldn't want to do that? But his current team coming up, ESPN Countdown, NBA Countdown. Stephen A. Smith, Malika Andrews, Bob Myers, obviously our former GM, architect of this team, Michael Wilbon. Not a bad team. For him to be with our team, the Warriors, I have to talk to my wife, my kids, my family, my support system, see what it looks like. This isn't the end of my career. He said that after we lost to the Kings in the play-in. So the question is, Warrior fans, do you think this is the beginning of the end? He likes this and he'll do that all next season? Do you think he'll be in the NBA next season? Personally, I think he'll be in the NBA next season. I don't think he'll be with the Warriors. We're not going to give him the $30 million. If he comes back on a team-friendly deal, can be our backup point guard, great. I think that really helps us out. We saw how much better our second team was this year. However, if he does not come back, we could use a backup point guard. We could get one in free agency. We also have some people. We look right here. Lester Quinones could be a point guard, young player, give him more playing time behind Steph. Brandon could get more playing time with the second team behind Steph, depending who you bring in free agency. Obviously, he started a lot last season. Sophomore year, no sophomore slump, hopefully. Gets more. Other than that, we would probably have to get a point guard. GP2, if he comes back, is really not a ball handler. He's a point guard per se, but not going to be handle the ball. So, Chris Paul, congratulations. Love the fact that you have this second career going. NBA analyst, you're going to do a great job. And one thing to note before we move on, Chris Paul is an exclusive company. Jokic, yes, the 3-time MVP, is the only player now to join him with 40 points, 10 assists, 0 turnovers in an NBA playoff game since 1977. It was only Chris Paul, and now it's Jokic with him. Look at this. 40 points for Jokic, 41 for Paul, 13 assists to 10 assists for Paul, and both were in wins. Claps to both. We saw yesterday, Jokic destroyed Rudy Gobert. He said, "You're my..." And it looked like that. Defensive Player of the Year? Nah, I'm the MVP. And he's in the exclusive company, joining Chris Paul. Who also joined exclusive company of one today is Steve Kerr. And what company did he join? Steve Kerr won the Rudy Tomjanovich Award. He's a 3-time winner of the award, the first and only 3-time winner. You may be asking, what is the Rudy Tomjanovich Award? It's an award chosen by the Professional Basketball Writers Association, honor an NBA coach for his cooperation with the media and his excellence off the court. Rudy Tomjanovich Award to Steve Kerr, 3-time winner. Congratulations to Kerr. Yes, this is different than NBA Coach of the Year. That, of course, went to the Oklahoma City head coach. Congrats to him. Well deserved for the season that they had. However, this is more about the intangibles you are as a coach. And he dealt with a lot this year. 1, Draymond Green, multiple suspensions, almost retiring, coming back. Andrew Wiggins, missed extended playing time, 2nd year in a row. Jonathan Kuminga, middle of the season, had that heart-to-heart, and he jumped up, and his development was amazing from that point and started. Klay Thompson, his struggles up and down. And of course, Deji, our assistant head coach, died tragically at 46 years old at the team dinner. Out of everything there, that's the toughest. When an assistant coach, someone you see every day, your friend, your family, dies. And not just is gone, the friend, the team, at a team dinner, when it happened, traumatizing. And for him to be able to lead the team after that, be able to do what he did, he went over into Europe for the funeral, all the different stuff the Warriors have done, leaving his seat open, the patches, the shirts, and being able to keep the team focused and at hand and be professional, you give a clap. You may not like Steve Kerr as a coach, and we're going to talk about that. His X's and O's, his management of the young players, his management of the team, what they're building. But when it comes to the intangibles, being a player coach, he is the top of the top. Who did he learn from? Phil Jackson, the master, the sensei. He was all about being a player coach, having to deal with Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, having to deal with the ownership of the Bulls, all that he did. And then you take it to the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq, that dysfunction that was happening, all the different egos in LA. He learned from the best of how to be a player coach. And that's why people love playing for Steve Kerr. That's why Chris Paul will come off the bench playing for the Warriors, because of what Steve Kerr can bring and what he talks about and making the family mentality. Yes, again, talk about the X's and O's. Is he where you would like him to be? Playing the young players, developing them, Warriors winning, being stuck in this rebuild, stuck in the status quo versus tearing it down to build it back up. All those aren't part of this award. It's how you get to talk to the media. He's open, he's friendly, he's honest, he's available. How you get to talk to the media and talk to the fans, and he does a fantastic job at just being the face of the franchise, the most popular franchise in the NBA. Yes, they are worth more money, and they have more followers than the Lakers. The award's only been around for a decade and a half, 2-year hiatus during the pandemic. 3-time winner, as we said, 2014, 2017, and this year. Doc Rivers won it twice, one with the Celtics, one with the Clippers. And last year, a former Warriors assistant, Mike Brown, currently head coach of the evil, sorry Mary, Sacramento Kings. He won it as well. Well deserved. The PWA, Kerr, one of the 5 finalists for this year. Darvin Ham, Chris Finch, Orlando Magic's Jamal Mosley, and Michael Malone. So congrats to Steve Kerr. All of them well deserved. Here's the crazy thing as well. This award was announced basically 10 years to the day he was hired to be a Warriors coach. What a coincidence. And again, we had Mark Jackson. He was let go. Controversially, you can say. The players liked him, but in terms of the media and people all around, they said he probably wasn't the right fit. He helped build this team. Steve Kerr took them over the ledge and made them what they are. Even with all the questions, Kerr squashed them so quick. First season, 67-15, and they won the NBA Finals. Okay, that will answer any questions. All in 10 years. If you don't remember how this meeting happened 10 years ago when he was an analyst for TNT, they had a conversation, they being Bob Myers, Kirk Lacob, Travis Schnellick, Joe Lacob, in a hangar in OKC when he was the analyst. They talked about the X and O's of the game. He beat out Stan Van Gundy and some other coaches. Van Gundy chose to be the coach of the Pistons, leaving it only to Kerr. Kerr was also in the running for New York Knicks. He said no thank you after getting the offer from the Warriors. It was a great meeting. Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, GM, head coach, together. It was great. And what has Steve Kerr done since he became the head coach? They have just been the best team in the league. Most championships with 4, most regular season wins with 519, and the most postseason wins at 99. And that's all with the trio of Steph, Dre, and Clay. Hopefully they can get one more win together to make it 100 plus. Metrics-wise, one of the most popular teams, if not the most popular team globally. And we've seen they're always on TV, national games. In addition, whether they have the biggest following on social media. So again, you can question the X's and the O's of Steve Kerr as a coach, but it comes into the intangibles. He's the best, and that's why he won the Steve Kerr Rudy Tomjanovich Award for the 3rd time with everything he dealt with the Warriors. So the question you're probably wondering is, what's his future look like? He signed an extension this year, $35 million 2-year extension that ends at the end of the 25-26 season, in line with Steph Curry. So basically, if it looks like you're going to have Steve Kerr for this season, 2 more seasons, just like Steph Curry. Dre goes an extra year. Of course, there have been many conversations about him being traded. I don't expect it to happen. Chris Paul future, NBA analyst. Is that going to happen sooner rather than later? He's getting a test from right now. And Steve Kerr, congratulations on winning the award. Much deserved. Comment your thoughts. Of course, please subscribe to Warriors Digest. We have all the breakdowns for you daily in Warriors Land. Deuces.